Gosh, it's cold, isn't it?
It's pretty chilly today, yeah. It's really dropped this week. Temperature's really dropped this week. It was fine until this week.
I know. No, it's not. Oh, there's the Posh. This one, that's what we're looking for. Right, we've got a couple of people watching, so I'm going to start. Good morning, America. Good afternoon, Europe, and good evening, Australia. It's Solid Joe. Hello, 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 Benza. How are you? Let me know where you're joining us from, and let me know what the weather's like. It's horrendously cold here in the UK, but I did say this last week that the temperature was going to drop, and as promised, it has dropped immensely. So we've got the little heater on in here. Today I am going to finish off the seasonal crate that I started. So just to recap, I am using one of our DIY craft crates. They come flat packed, they're pretty easy to put together when you actually read the instructions, and I have started to decorate it, and we're just going to now finish it off, I think, while I'm else here.
Yeah, this is when they normally show up.
Huh?
This is when they normally show up, but they have a timer, so they'll ring the doorbell.
Oh, right, okay, lovely. So, I'm just going to get a few components ready so that they can dry. I'm just going to be painting some stuff so they can dry in the background whilst we're getting on with other stuff. So first of all, I'm going to start off with the WoodUbend 1721. Now when you buy these on the website, they do come in a pair, so you get two of them. And this little thing here is going to create like a little on my crate. So I'm going to decorate this using the Posh chalk metallic paste. I'm first of all using my brown Van Dyke. All nice and creamy. I'm just going to take one of my WoodUbend brushes. Start painting it. Now to dilute these pastes down, you can either use a little bit of water or you can use our paste lubricant. I haven't got any out yet.
Be right back.
It's the doorbell. They've come to pick up the parcels. Hello YouTubers. Again guys, let me know where you're joining us from and let me know what the weather's like. I'm just getting that on the moulding. Gosh, it's absolutely freezing. I go to the gym almost on a daily basis, and I usually go in the afternoon. And today I decided I was going to go in the morning, so I didn't have to go in the afternoon, because I've got our chemist coming up from London. We are getting some new products ready. So yeah, he's coming up and we'll probably spend the next 6 or 7 hours messing about with products, new products. So I thought I'll go in the morning, but I'm absolutely knackered now. I've power walked 5 miles after the gym. So coming in with the green bronze there. And just look how these, I love the way these products just really, really easily blend into each other. So look at that transition there. Isn't that fabulous? Sunny here in Somerset. Oh, you lucky girl, Linda. It's not sunny here in Leeds. It's free. Well,
it's quite bright out, but not.
It's quite bright, yeah. There's a bit of blue sky peeking through, but in general, it is very cold. I'm not going to need a second coat of this, because as you can see, the coverage is absolutely amazing. Look at that transition from the brown Van Dyke to the green and bronzy colour there. I'm not going to go all the way up because I'm going to do the tips with, I'm going to bling it up of course. I'm going to do the tips with the Posh chalk pigment. So I'm just going to let that air dry. This paste dries really, really fast. And I'm going to hit 2 birds with 1 stone. And I'm going to be painting that lovely WoodUbend and a trim, this trim here. I'm going to be painting that in the orange pigment. I know I've been using a lot of these orange pigments lately, and I absolutely love them. So I'm using my WoodUbend TR753.1. Now the number 1 stands for 1 metre. So these trims come in 2.2 metre lengths, and they also come in a 1 metre length. There you go. For any of these materials, guys, you can go to our woodubend.com website, and we do have, I think we've still got a sale on at the moment.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got some sales on, so
For a Pleeks decoupage and infuser, 25% off.
Decoupage and infuser. There you go. So, when these things are cold, they are quite fragile, so you've got to be careful not to break them. Do not attempt to open these up, guys, until you've heated them up. They've got all the properties of wood, but when you heat them up, they become nice and bendy. And this particular trim warms up and bends super fast. That's because it's a very thin one. And once you warm it up, you can wrap it round any surface, any contour. So I'm just going to, I don't want to use the whole thing, I'm just going to measure that roughly, and I can even just snap that off with my, and just tear it like that. So I'm going to be painting that in the pigments. And get it nice and straight there. These things go cold very, very fast as well, depending on the thickness of the actual WoodUbend. If you've got any left, warm it up and put it back in a pile so that it's ready to go next time you use it. There's nothing more unruly than opening up a trim and then just leaving it open, because they are very susceptible to snap. Don't throw your board away. I would say that. I have loads of these boards. You can use them to store your WoodUbend, or you can use them to pop under pieces of furniture whilst you're painting, or even mix your paint and your paste or whatever else, your pigments on the board, which I'm going to do now. So I'm going to take another board and I'm going to mix some of our orange gold pigment. I'm not going to, don't need much of this. And I'm using one of these, see, I use these in nail salons, I love these. Right, I'm going to be using my infuser to mix that up. Now the great thing about pigments and the infusers, you can make your own consistency of gold. Paste, paint, or what, it all depends on how much of this infuser you add to your mix. So I'm putting about half a put in there. I'm take a brush and mix it up. I never get bored of doing this, guys. It's just so relaxing and eye-catching, this stuff. I'm going to mix it quite thick because I don't want to be messing around going over it putting loads of coats on. I want to just apply one coat of my pigments and be done with it. There we go, look at that. Now this stuff you can put on anything, you can put on any surface. I use this a lot for to refurbish old hardware, just paint, I just slap it on. So I'm going to bring my WoodUbend trim in here. And I could do with a more rounded brush. There you go. And just look at that coverage, my friends. Look at that. Look at that coverage. It's like gold leaf once it's on. It really is a beautiful product. One of our best sellers. Pigments. Are we getting any weather reports?
No, not yet. That's what I was just trying to check.
Just have one from down south. She said it was nice and sunny. Looky here. Right, so I'm also going to pop that to one side now so it can air dry.
Well, hello, Blanche, who's just joined us in the Facebook chat.
Hello. Right, so now it's time for me to get this blend up. This is almost dried off. I'm just going to go around the edges there. So if you paint your edges in any kind of metallic colour, it just gives it more of a solidified look. I'm glancing over at the other one because I did one, if you remember last week I did the other side, and although they don't need to be identical, they do need to kind of look like each other, have some similarity. Right, so I'm going to make it quite solid there, and then I'm just going to dry brush down gently. I mean, it doesn't matter because I am going to actually be cutting some of the product off on the side so it fits on the crate. I might just come in and...
Also, Blanche has just told us it's cloudy and windy in Querétaro, Mexico, 12 degrees Celsius.
12?
But apparently later it'll get up to 27.
See, that's weird. That would drive me mad.
Yeah, I don't know how you deal with that big a change in one day. That's...
This is the one I did last week. And you'll see I've got the edges cut off there. I'm going to cut them off this one as well, because I'm going to apply it there. Okay? So, I'm going to dry that off a little bit. I have missed a few bits with the pigment, which I've just seen. So just getting all those edges, nooks and crannies. I needed more pointy brush, but that's what I grabbed, so that's what I'm doing the project with. So it's almost dry now. And I'm going to warm it up so I can... Oh, what's happened there? Do you just want to press that red button, Connor, the one in the middle? I think you might need to take that heater out. Yeah,
it must have overloaded it.
I think it's
Oh yeah,
overloaded it.
the wire
So
was
we've
quite
got
hot.
a bit of an electric problem here, my friends. Sorry about this. Yeah, could you just want to quickly plug it and put it in the underneath? If you just plug it into that. Sorry about this, guys. Without a heat gun, we can't do much, especially when we're cutting the... Okay, lights are gone. Hello, Luigi. How are you? Thanks for joining us, guys. Not got many people watching, but it is Friday afternoon. Gosh, I am ready for the weekend.
we go.
Huh?
Oh no. That's concerned. Oh, the other light went.
It might be the heat one.
Oh no, that light went off. That's not good.
That's not good. Right. Give us 2 minutes, guys. If we can't get this thing going, then I'm going to have to cancel the live. And I'm just going to have to finish it off and you'll all see it in a reel. I am so sorry. I don't know what's going on here. Is that maybe pulled out the... There we go. It was a loose connection.
Oh, both of them
Don't get out of it, guys. I ain't going anywhere. I'm here, and I'm finishing my crate off.
Yeah, somehow both had gotten pulled out slightly.
Huh?
Both that and both have gotten pulled out somehow slightly.
Really?
Don't know how that happened. Started to think we'd tripped a breaker somewhere. And just...
Wait, trip no breakers. No. Wait, trip anything. So it's getting nice and warm. And it's getting bendy as well. So now I can come in. See, I use my WoodUbend packaging all the time. I'm going to use this as a ruler now. In fact, I'll use this one to cut it down. Coming in with my Stanley knife, crafting knife, whatever you've got. You can even use scissors if the WoodUbend is thin enough. So yeah, I came on early today, guys, because, as I said, our chemist is coming down from London. We've got some fabulous new products in the mix, which I cannot tell you about yet. But the guy's coming down. Ian is coming down to show me some of the new products and go through the formulas, which I'm really excited about. There we go. Now, what's happened here, that I pressed against it whilst it was warm and it's broken. So, this is a good excuse to show you guys how to fix a WoodUbend moulding. First of all, you get it nice and warm. Where it's broken, off. Get it nice and warm. Warm enough so that you can actually dig your fingernail in it. And then you're going to need a little bit of glue. Not that much, a really tiny bit. And you're going to come in on both edges and apply some glue. But you want to get it right into that breakage, right into the grain of the WoodUbend moulding. I'm just going to come in and push these two pieces in together, and you'll feel it squidging in, and that is what you want. I'm just going to come in and take that excess glue off there, heat it up again. Push it in some more, and you won't see there, but there is glue actually squeezing its way out. That's a good sign. That means it's got enough glue in there. It doesn't need any more. And there you have one WoodUbend moulding fixed. Obviously, it needs to dry a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that to one side, but before I do, I'm going to apply some crackle gel, and I'm not telling you why, you'll see why. So we'll put some crackle gel on that. Because that can be drying at the same time. I'm just going to pop that to one side and let that dry. That one's already got the crackle on it. So you'll see what we'll do with that later on. Right, on with my actual crate. So I've just got one more piece of the WoodUbend to apply. I'm going to heat it up. Apply my glue. As many of you will know, when you are using your heat gun with the WoodUbend, you need to keep the heat gun moving at all times. You do not want it burning your WoodUbend mouldings. You can use a hairdryer. There's no fear of burning your WoodUbend mouldings, scalding it, but it does take a lot longer. It does take longer. So I always use a heat gun for speed, obviously, because people don't want to sit there and watch me heat up a WoodUbend mould. It's like watching paint dry. Pretty boring. When's Halloween? Is it next week?
Yeah, it's the 31st.
31st.
So Friday next week.
Next Friday. I'm all Halloweened out. I've done more Halloween projects this year than I've ever done since I set up WoodUbend. I'm just going to stand up a little bit so I can line that up. And then I'm going to bring the heat in, just heat that up a little bit.
Oh, and good afternoon to Nick Goddard, who just joined us on the Facebook chat.
Hello, Nick.
And we also have Costas Christodoulou joining us on the YouTube chat. Hello.
Γεια σου Κώστα. Christodoulou.
Yeah, I apologise for most likely butchering your name there.
Right, so I need to just knock these edges off. Warm with it, you see how flexible it's getting. Coming in with my little knife there. And the other side. This trim is very thin. It looks chunky, but it's only chunky where these bauble things are. It is a very thin trim actually. Got a little bit of excess glue going on there, so I'm just going to come in with a wet paintbrush and just tickle those out of the way. So there is the main base of my crate, and you can see I've gone around the top with the gold as well very carefully, just to make the detail all in the detail. So now I'm coming back to heating and adhering these on. I need the crackle to dry. First, I'm going to do a dry fit just to make sure that these are going to fit on here. Yes, they are. Beautiful. Right. So, I'm going to get it nice and warm, and then I can get my glue on. And as I always say, the secret to a good WoodUbend application is getting the glue to the full footprint of the WoodUbend. Don't need to put glue down there because that is going to be its little leg. So it's not actually going to be sticking to anything. I'll put too much glue up here as well. Anyway, so here we go. So you see now that is going to act as a leg so that the crate can stand up. And there, where I've cut it down, I'm just going to come in with the pigments. You don't want to see a cut off side. I'm just going to push it down gently onto the surface, make sure it's centered. Yes, it is. I do have quite a bit of excess glue coming out there, so again with a wet paintbrush, can you guys see there? With a wet paintbrush I'm just coming in and getting rid of that glue. And onto the other side. Warm that up. Stick around guys because there's going to be crackle going on now. I'm going to show you why I've covered all these surfaces in full. Once again, it's gone nice and bendy. There you go. Look at the colours. I love these colours. Put my glue on. Spreading it all over the WoodUbend. Again, I don't need to put any on the little leg because it's not actually going to be adhering to anything. And let's pop that on the surface. Again, I need to get rid of this glue. I think I put a little bit too much on there, but it does dry translucent, so not too bothered about that. And let's see the stability of that. Well, I've made a massive mistake. I can't stand it up because these,
Yeah, they're a little bit rounded and they've got the little...
rounded, so I'm going to have to... This is going to be a bit dangerous. Danger is my middle name. Didn't think of that. But we always get round things, so I'm going to take that off there, just so this can stand up. Sorry, Connor, am I getting in your way?
That's fine.
Patiently filming me. And what is this mad woman doing? Never do what I just did. Always cut away from yourself, not towards yourself. Right, let's see if it will now stand up. There we go.
That side's bending.
Sorry? Oh, is it bend? Oh, it will bend because it's still warm.
Yeah.
Oh, right, so we're going to keep it nice and cool. And we need to cool it down first. But I know it's going to stand up now. Yeah. still hot, you see. So I'm going to work on it upside down until that dries a little bit. So what I've done to all these surfaces, to the whole thing, is I have applied our Posh Crackling gel. I didn't want to do it, you saw me put it on one of the flourishes, but I didn't want to waste time doing it on all of them. So I've popped my crackle gel on, I've let that air dry, and now I'm going to come in with my crackle enamel on top of the crackling gel. It's like a varnish and it will crack. Watch this, watch this. It's like a milky, thin paste. Now you won't be able to see this as it's drying, but it's going to get lots of crackles in it. And for those crackles to show up, I'm going to apply some dark wax. And down the other side. So this varnish, this enamel will now crack. I don't think you'll be able to see it on the camera, but as soon as I get the wax,
So we've been joined by Mark Anthony, who said it's raining here in Wigan, Lancashire.
oh, God's County, that's what my dad says. My dad's from Lancashire.
See, I've heard people refer to Yorkshire as God's own country, so...
Yeah. Well, I'm a Yorkshire lad,
just depends where you're from, I guess.
yeah.
And thanks, Blanche. Blanche just said it looks great.
Thank you for your time. Yeah, just trying to run it all off. Look at all these little crackles. Can you get that on the camera? Is it showing up on the camera?
Yeah, when I get really close and it hits the light correctly, you can start to see it.
Can you see the crackles? You see the crackles there?
Yeah, when light reflects off it, you can see it. It's just getting the right angle.
Yeah, let me get this all nice and dried, and then we can go in with some doing some dark wax. Put way too much on here. That's because I was doing it upside down and rushing as usual. I can see the crackles in here. I've already done the other side. Have we got crackles here? I think this needs drying off a little bit more. I mean, to do a project like this, you should spend a couple of hours, you know. It's really soothing, and for those of you that enjoy doing it, But because I've only got an hour with you guys, I have to do it really fast. So, we want all these crackles now to show up. So, I'm going to be using the Posh Chalk Patina there. Painty brush. And this is going to show all the crackles, and it's going to make it look, I want to make it look a little bit more vintage. So just going down the edges where you'd see your natural shading. You see the crackles there. So this is the crackle enamel set, guys. You get a set. You get 1 jar of Posh Chalk crackling gel and 1 jar of the crackling enamel, and it comes in 2 sizes. This is the 110ml. We also do it in a 200ml, which is just about double the size of that. Now, I don't want to put any more black wax on here because it's just going to get too muddy. I'm going to come in with some clear wax. I'll extend the wax. One of our stencil brushes, and just dilute that brown wax down a little bit, and it'll push all that brown goodness to the bottom of those crackles. And then when I wipe it off, which you will see in just a moment, let me get towel. So we wipe the excess away. There, look at those crackles. There you go. You can see all those beautiful crackles. Yeah. So, on to one of these flourishes now. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Going into all the shaded areas, all the bumpy areas, in and around.
Oh, good morning, Diane Garvin, who's joined and said good morning from Chilly Fall, Massachusetts.
Oh, chilly there too, hey? It's freezing here. Absolutely freezing. It's not freezing, it's just we've had a massive temperature drop over the past couple of days. We're moaning, I think. Right, so now I'm going to get my clear wax on. It's just going to help dilute this, the brown wax. So how am I doing with the crafty stuff, guys? Because I'm a furniture painter. I'm not used to doing these really small crafty stuff. Blanche is good at stuff like this. Jonathan's getting really good at crafty stuff. I don't like fiddly things. I'm getting used to it. So let's see how this burnishes up when I start taking the excess wax away. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. Look at those crackles. If I want to take more gold off, brown wax, to let the gold prevail more, I'm coming with a baby white or something just a little bit damp. And there you have it. It's not as blingy as, it's toned it down. Turned it down a lot. There we go. You can see the difference between that and all those crackles. That is the crackle enamel, my friends. Isn't it gorgeous? So that, my friends, is it today. Very short live. I just wanted to get these. I'm not going to go and finish this off. It's just a repetition of what I've done, but I'll just show you again. So there's there it is without the wax, and there it is without the wax, with the wax, with the crackles showing through. That's your crackle enamel. And that's it on top of the Posh chalk paste and pigments. So that's one way of getting some crackled gold into your lives and on your projects. So again, you can find all these products on our website. Even the crate comes flat packed. As of next week, I think Connor's going to start also putting that on YouTube, aren't you? All the lists of the products and the links, so you can go and
Yep, I'm going to retroactively and go put the links in the description for this video.
Yeah. Okay.
So there will be in the description for this video if you come back in a few minutes, but...
Come back, well, in about an hour. In about an hour, give him time, because he's got brushes to wash up.
True.
But yeah, all the links will be there for you. So, there you go, my friends. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I will see you all on Tuesday for a brand new project. Love you loads. Bye.
Bye, everyone.